To be a very safe.
You're like at his knees. Jordan, you're like right here to him.
Guys, you're supposed to be sharing.
I share.
Then share again.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a movie.
Move up. Move right up. Good. All right. Come on back to me for a second. I need a one to volunteer to share with the group what that paragraph was mostly about. What's the important information in that group or in that paragraph? Yes, Jean.
The most important is occupied.
Okay. Unoccupied.
Do I tell them what it means?
Sure.
It means like there's not much animals in that area.
Good. All right, help me out. I need a one to explain this to me, or someone who can teach this to me. They've read it, they've thought about what it means. Tell me, teach it to me, explain it to me.
Can anyone do it?
Yeah. Go ahead, Owen. It doesn't matter. I just told him anyone could do it. Thank you.
We did have turkeys,
Mm-hmm.
but then but then we're reestablishing them.
Yes, Ryan.
No, just. Never mind.
We did have turkeys, and then we're gonna reestablish them, like to bring them back here.
Right, and that was,
come back.
okay, and we talked about that in the first paragraph that I modeled for you. I want to know, Cody, about this paragraph. Explain this paragraph that I just read to you. Explain it to me. Look at it. Jordan, help him out. Were you his partner? Help him out.
We were taking turkeys and bringing them to occupied places where they can live.
Unoccupied. That's the opposite of occupied, right? Occupied means there's other there's people or there's other turkeys there or animals that possibly could endanger the turkeys. So unoccupied means there's nothing there that's going to be harmful to them. So if you had to take this paragraph and write it into a report, restate it, paraphrase it, that's all you would tell me, is that we're going to put turkeys into unoccupied territories?
That we were taking turkeys from occupied places.
Okay. We're taking turkeys from researchers discovered the key: remove a small number of wild birds from one site and release them as soon as possible into suitable and unoccupied habitat. Is the vocabulary messing you guys up? I mean, do you not understand what suitable means? Do you know what unoccupied means? Mm-hmm. Suitable habitat, what do you think that means? Would you want to put turkeys into habitat that they'd probably die in? No, that's not the goal of the project, is it, Cody? Ethan? Melissa, what does suitable mean? Suitable habitat.
So there's like no dangers and things that could hurt them or kill them.
Right. Think about what a turkey needs: food, water, safety. So whatever the suitable habitat is, it would have to have those things, right, Caitlin? Are you going to have a successful turkey population in an area where they can't get a drink?
No.
How about a successful turkey population in an area where they can't get food?
No.
No. How about a successful turkey population in an area where they get all eaten by predators?
No.
No. How about if you reintroduce them next to Poacher Joe's house down the road here? Do you think you're going to have a healthy turkey population?
No.
Probably not, but Poacher Joe's going to eat pretty well for a while, isn't he? Yeah. So your suitable habitat would mean habitat which is a place where turkeys will thrive. All right, let's try one more. Listen up. The twos are going to try and explain this to their partners. Are you ready? The first step, please follow along, Jack. This is paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is marked guided. It is the second one. All eyes on your papers, please. The first step was to locate a source of birds. That means a population of birds somewhere that we can take some from. Vermont biologists who had great success with their turkey program were willing to supply Maine with birds from their wild flocks. the next step was to select a release site. York County was chosen as the initial, that means first, release site because of its large acreages of wooded habitat. A good supply of mast-producing trees, beech and oak. Mast-producing means they produce nuts. Why would that be important for the trees to produce nuts?
That's what the turkeys eat.
That's what turkeys eat, thank you. And it's mild winters with less than 60 inches of annual snowfall. Why would that be important? Why would that make the habitat suitable for turkeys? Less than 60 inches of snowfall. Who cares how much snow there is?
Oh,
Why would that be important if you're a turkey?
I know.
Why is that important if you're a turkey, Jack?
It's cold.
Okay, snow is cold, but the cold doesn't bother the turkeys any.
They get buried in the snow.
Probably not. Graham?
The snow could go over them.
Buried? No. You're not gonna bury a turkey with snow. But this does create a problem for turkeys.
Harder to walk in?
It's harder to walk in, and why does that become a problem?
Oh. Harder to get, food and water for them.
It's harder to get water? Is that what you said? I can't hear you. You need to speak up.
It's harder for them to find food.
Okay, it becomes more difficult for them to find food, that's part of it. But there's another thing too that the snow does.
It melts, makes water.
That's not a problem for turkeys. Owen?
They would have a problem walking,
Yeah, which means?
which means they won't be able to move.
Which means?
That means they can't get to their homes.
No. Go ahead, Graham.
They can't get away from predators.
They can't get away from predators.
Oh, is that easy?
It was that easy. Snow makes it very difficult for turkeys to get away from predators. One, because they can't run, and two, because turkeys need to be able to run a little bit in order to fly, because they need to build up that momentum. So if they're sitting in 4 feet of snow, they can't get traction with their feet. It makes it very difficult for them to get off the ground to get to safety. So yeah, they become much easier for predators to eat. So not only is Joe Poacher down the road eating very well, so are the coyotes. I hope we didn't explain too much of that in our discussion, but I would like the twos to look that over and teach that to the one that they're partnered with. Would you mind sharing your group? Thank you. All right, come on back to me. Hey, I couldn't hear all of you. I'm very excited that there was a lot of chatter going on. A lot of people were really actively involved in explaining what they learned in that paragraph. But I did overhear one student who gave a very detailed, but yet it was very detailed explanation, but it was in her own words. So I would like Melissa just to share with us very quickly exactly what she told, or as close as you can, what you told Morgan.
One of the steps was to locate a place that had lots of birds, and Vermont was one of them. So they let the Maine take some of the turkeys, and then the first county that they released them in was York, and because there was trees and we got less than 60 inches of snow.
Nice job. She had a conversation with Morgan, and that's what it was. It was in her own words. It was just like I was listening to them talk during snack or something. She was just telling the story in her own words. She didn't sound all like, 7 years ago, after the great flood of the, she didn't sound all stuffy and like she was reading it right from a text, right? She's having a conversation, she's telling Morgan what she learned, in that paragraph. That's exactly what you do when you paraphrase. You're just taking it, putting it in your own words and telling it to a friend, just like you guys were talking at recess.
Kind of.
When you talk about a movie you saw with a friend, is it like you're reading from the script of the movie? No, you're just using your own words to explain it. It works. It sounds great, and it keeps you safe from plagiarizing, and it sounds like your work and not somebody else's. That's what we're practicing today. So, would you take your turkey papers right back to your desk, please? And when I release you to get laptops, I need you to do that respectfully and responsibly, please.